quote, you want a partner, not a project. If we have a tendency to pay more attention to someone's potential instead of how they really are at the time, what's a good way to correct that? First of all, I would say know who they are at the time, because unfortunately, what I've seen in relationships is some people can be too focused on their potential that they just gloss over the red flags. You don't want a project. You don't want to mold someone into someone who you think that they should be, especially since a lot of times, I mean, this is quite often, the first type of way to get to find attraction to someone is physical. So if someone is quite attractive, you say, okay, well, I'll latch on the attraction piece, and then eventually I'll get to the point where I want her, or I want him to, for the ladies, I want him to eventually go to church more, eventually be a Christian, eventually know my interest, eventually even meet my kid or kids, to some people, which I think that there's some wisdom in that. You don't want to just be, if you're a single mom, you don't want anybody just be meeting your kids. That's for sure. That's an extra level type of thing. So there's definitely some benefit in that. But in the context of, I eventually want him to, that's something that you can't latch onto. It's not very healthy to latch onto that stuff. It really isn't. Because you start to, all of that, you're just suppressing something that you have to uncover when y'all get married. So eventually you're going to find the box of things that you've uncovered, or the things that you've suppressed. You'll eventually find them, or you eventually have to uncover them. Perhaps when they when you get married, and then you go to sleep with them at night. That person's angry. Eventually, you're going to everything that you bypass. And just note this, Roxby. Everything that you bypass, or almost everything that you bypass, is going to come back like tenfold, because now y'all live with each other and y'all have to deal with each other. Just understand that the more you gloss over something about somebody, the more you're gonna, you better pray for grace to deal with it when y'all do get married. I want to be real. I want to be super real and upfront with my clients. And I've had these conversations with people when it comes to the project piece that you were talking about, Roxby. Because there's so many people at the end of the day, they're like, yeah, because now, he does this, and now, oh my gosh, it gets on my nerves when she does this, and, it was like this before, and things like that. And I'm thinking in my head, and I'll say this frankly, I'm like, okay, did you even focus? Did you even pay attention to any of this while y'all were dating, or were you just so infatuated? That's why the infatuation stage is one of the most fakest stages, unless you actually spend time getting to know someone, getting to befriend someone. I repeat myself all the time with this because it's very, very important. Befriend someone, even if you have interest in them, even if you think that they're super fine, heavily attractive, befriend them, because befriending them basically discovers two things. One, that even in our friend stage, I'm annoyed by you because There's just some idiosyncrasies that I just don't really click with. Like, the fact that you like to watch these things, you like to listen to this music, you like to, you use profanity every now and then, a little bit too much. Those are some of the things that as friends, you're like, okay, well, we can be friends, but I can't even consider ourselves close friends because we don't really have anything. We don't have many things in common that we can really vibe and click and connect with. But the problem is that becomes bypassed because you're attracted to the person. So you just put up with everything that, even if in the friend stage, you wouldn't even get closer to the person in that stage. So yeah, I mean, and the project piece is, I want to mold you into who I want you to be because I'm attracted to you. I'm wildly attracted to you. And eventually I want to mold you into who I want you to be. And that's not going to happen because, for instance, if you're if you're a extrovert and if you're attracted to an introvert, and you ask, hey, so you want to hang out, you want to go to this gathering, this gathering at the at a bowling alley or anywhere, even a church gathering, like there's this gathering, and that person is saying no, and you take offense to that. That's not their fault. I mean, they're extra. They'd rather not do that. That's just self. And so if you understand as a friend, if you could understand, if y'all can get to the point where y'all like, okay, I'm understanding that this isn't your preference. Maybe we can reduce the people. Maybe you can hang out with me there. Maybe you can say, okay, well, for the sake of you, because I respect you, because you're my friend, we can do that. I can go and hang out with other people. Today, I'm have enough energy in me to really be okay with it on a limited time. Those are some things that you guys can work out in the friend stage. But the expectations are so high when it comes to the project zone that you get upset if they don't go. You think it's rude. It becomes an unfair judgment zone. It's such an unfair judgment zone, and it's not fair.